Hey, greetings and salutations to you people of the interweb. So today we're going to do an unboxing and a quick first impression of this. This is different. That ain't from really I've looked at before. This is the Joytoy Warhammer 40,000 Orc Kommandos Nob Nazbog. So Joytoy have got the Warhammer license for making figures along with McFarlane Toys. Whereas McFarlane Toys skew them more to the 7-inch, really 6-inch. It's not really 6-inch scale. McFarlane's more a 7 to 8-inch scale that they do, and Joytoy are doing the, what it says in the box, 1/18th scale. So that's kind of sort of in the same wheelhouse as, you know, your classified, but your classic G.I. Joes and Star Wars and stuff like that. So it's kind of in that wheelhouse. I think it maybe skew a little bit because I think someone would be more 4 inches a figure rather than 3 3/4 inches if they were a figure. So it's a little bit larger than those, but they'll fit in with those type of figures, hopefully. Well, who knows? So we'll remove that plastic wrapping. Let's get in there fresh. So yeah, the Orc Kommandos. Well, Orc Kommandos have been around for a while. I've always been a big Orc fan. You know, I used to collect them a lot more when I was a kid. You know, through the many iterations. I've started to buy a few more during lockdown, but I've not really got around to assembling and painting everything as yet. But, you know, I've always been a big fan in the 40k universe of the more silly and humorous orcs compared to all the other kind of grimdark that's around. So yeah, when I saw I've been looking at various people getting the Space Marines and stuff in, and they look great. So I just wanted a bit of this action. And oh boy, oh hello. Oh, he's a big boy. So this is in his plastic clamshell. Pull him out. Wow, that's great. He's got this big old shooter as well, and some kind of radar dish. Yeah, so the Orc Kommandos, these ones are based on the ones that appeared in the new iteration of Kill Team. They're in the starter box set, along with the guys at Krieg that are also available from Joytoy. I ordered this from Bombersby, so it's come from China, I believe. But some stores do stock these in the UK, but not that many. Wow. He is impressive, really. Seriously, this is a great figure. Just trying to find out kind of where and where not his articulation is. His backpack, yeah, the backpack comes off. So the head is painted beautifully. Have we got anything we can hold up to try and pull focus here? With that head, everything. The head, the body, all this sculpted detail really kind of comes out. I mean, I've seen the McFarlane ones, and they've not really kind of grabbed me. I think there's something a little bit gooey in the sculpt work. It's just not as. But this just looks like a miniature expanded, and the details kind of made to suit. It's not, it's not got that gooey kind of quality of the sculpt that the McFarlanes have. Yeah. So he's got his big power claw, and there's these wires coming off onto it, and you can see where the casing of the wire is split, and just you can see bits of other burr wires that you'd see underneath this big tube. So just Orc technology works just because kind of Orcs believe it works. That's the so this, I was just seeing if this piston worked, but it doesn't do any further articulation. So we've got some articulation here on the thumbs, I guess they are. 2 thumbs, 1 finger, that's how his kind of claw works. There is a bicep swivel, there is a universal at the shoulder. Again, there's a ball joint here at the head. You can swivel completely upside down should he want, so you can get some nice kind of orcish moves there. So the other arm, again, shoulder lifts up, not too high, you can't, do a T-pose or anything like that. Bicep swivel, double joints at the elbow, but not giving you that much extra than some single joints would, but can extend straight nice way. Love the details of the dog tags around the wrist, and the hand is also on a ball joint. It looks like there's, well, I found out there's a ball joint there. So there's a swivel at the abs. I'll see if it can crunch a little bit, not too much. Let's pop these back on, these pants back on. I can't do that much of a splits. He can kick forward or sit forward a little bit, and he's got a bend at the knee, a swivel at the foot, and an up and down. Some nice peg holes, and again just the bits of just random armour plate, fastened onto his boots. That belt buckle, the nades. It's just, oh, it is lovely. It's gorgeous. Again, the backpack, it's got some kind of monitoring thing here. Was this, so it can intercept some radio transmissions, or boop boop boop, find people on the battlefield, whatever he wants really. Nice grenade. You can't really take it off the grenades, I don't think. He's not got the I don't think he could hold them in his hands anyway. So that grenade is definitely fastened to the belt buckle. And so yeah, sculpted on grenade, some bullets, just a random power box, another random power doohickey gibbons, a nice little bedroll. Yeah, it looks like the paintwork, everything, the detail, the eyeshadow on the eyes, and the nose ring, the teeth, just a little bit of weathering around the mouth, the weathering around the shoulders, and it's got some scars and stitches here. This is, oh no, this is incredible. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're like, I don't want to get into a new toy line. I really don't. But this is marvellous. This is everything I want from a big, stupid orc action figure. It's too good. It's too good. Right. Size, companion size. So, here he is with a 3 3/4 G.I. Joe figure. So like I say, he should be a little bit taller, this figure. Is that the size of a human and an orc? Wow, that puts things into perspective, doesn't it? Because you don't really... I mean, I can imagine when you look at the figures, you know, the models, that maybe they would be, but having it just this little, on this larger scale, really emphasizes this. So it'd be a little rump to a standard 6-inch figure with the hood holding the Autobot matrix of leadership. I mean, you could repaint that, put a beard on it. It could be a dwarf, really, to you made some dwarf figures on this scale. Well, your standard deluxe class transformer with a Kingdom sideswipe for the multi-pack with Skywarp, Beast Wars Skywarp. So yeah, it's a comparable size, that a little bit more money, but you know, yeah, that's not in scale. Yeah, and put another figure with me. So this is Boss Fight Studios, one of their fantasy series orcs. So yeah, this is like the I mean, this is a cool representation of a fantasy orc, but it is clearly, we're using the human body mold, but we're just doing it, giving it an orky head and, you know, bits of armor and stuff to make it look orcish, and reusing parts, because that's kind of what Boss Fight Studios' deal is, and it's quite cool because you can swap pieces out and stuff like that. So I like that. This doesn't feel like you can swap bits out. It doesn't have that kind of connectivity issues. So yeah, he's got his big, I mean, it's a pistol. This is a pistol. So they've got the blood axe sign there, got a nice skull on it, a bit of wrapping, and a scope, you know, so we can look down the barrel and hit things with it. And it's got this, I'm just seeing how malleable his hands are for actually getting this in. We might need to warm it up slightly. Yeah, I could fiddle that with it a bit more, get him to hold it a bit better, but he doesn't have a trigger thing, you see, it's just a claw, but he doesn't have painted fingernails, the hussy. Yeah! Wow! So, let's see, here's this cheap Jeep. It was part of the helicopter set that, you know, was my previous video about the Joy G.I. Joe vehicles. He could certainly stand in command of it, but we might need some grots to pilot it, which would actually look quite funny. And we got some little goblin figures to drive that, and then we had just this guy riding on the back. More Dakar. Yeah, love it. Oh, Oh, the science comparison you all want to see is here he is in compared to his figure in Kill Team. Because, you know, we put all these together. But what can we make out? Yeah, the torso strap and the jacket with the little belt buckles and stuff like that looks spot on, and the where the plates are for the armor. Let's see if I can get sight of his pistol in here. Shooter. Might be on a different sprue. Ah, but I can see his backpack there. Yeah, all the details there. They've really kind of took the information and really gone for it. That's really impressive. It really is impressive. Wow. Well, you might have made me a sucker, Joytoy. You may have made me a sucker. This is beautiful. Hook, line, sinker. Why the boys? More Daka. Oh. Fisto. I hope you've enjoyed my descent into... Oh shit, there's another toy line I want to buy. Join me next time. There'll be more things going on. Until then, be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. And because you deserve it, let's bump fists, shall we? Fisto! Fisto!